Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really cutting through the noise, getting straight to the core of what AI is actually doing in our lives right now. We're on a bit of a mission here for you. How is AI truly changing our daily routines, our work, even how we learn and connect? Is it making life easier, maybe happier, more productive? We've pulled together some fantastic sources for this. Everything from a really practical guide with like 101 AI uses to major industry reports, expert perspectives. The goal is to give you a well-rounded, actionable view. So let's maybe start with the big picture.
Yeah.
Because AI, it isn't just some far-off concept anymore, is it? It's really here. And it's being adopted, at an incredible scale, faster than maybe you realize.
Yeah, it's fascinating, actually, just how quickly AI has sort of woven itself into our daily lives. Think about this. Over half of American adults, 61%, have used AI in just the past 6 months. And get this, nearly 1 in 5 rely on it every single day.
Wow. Every day.
Every day. And globally, we're talking somewhere between 1.7 and 1.8 billion people using AI tools,
Yeah.
with maybe 500 to 600 million using them daily.
That's just staggering.
It is. And to put it in perspective, that adoption rate, it's actually outpacing previous game changers like personal computers, even the early internet.
That really says something. So it's not just people trying it out, it's habit formation, right? For billions.
Exactly. It's becoming a habit.
And I guess the money must be following those users.
Oh, absolutely. The global AI industry is valued around $638 billion as of this year, 2024. And the projections, massive, like $3.68 trillion by 2034.
Okay, but there's a catch there, isn't there? I read something about usage versus paying.
That's the fascinating part. You've got almost 2 billion people using AI, but spending.
Yeah.
It lags way behind. Only about 3% are paying for premium services.
The 3%.
Yeah. And that's not just a gap. It's a huge signal. It tells us, while general AI is easy to access for free, the real opportunity, the sort of gold rush, is in specialized tools. Tools that solve very specific, high-friction problems so well that people will pay for them.
Right. So convenience and trust, that's where the value shifts.
Precisely. We'll see that play out, especially in niche areas.
So who's actually driving this adoption then? I might have guessed it was all Gen Z, the digital natives.
Well, the stats might surprise you a little bit. Gen Z leads overall, sure, in terms of just sheer numbers using it, but millennials, they actually emerge as the power users. They report more daily usage.
Interesting. Millennials are the power users.
Yeah. But it's not just a young person's game either. Nearly half of baby boomers, 45%, have used AI in the past 6 months, and 11% of them use it daily. So it's really permeating across all age groups.
Okay, but the stat that really jumped out at me, maybe the most surprising one, was about parents. What's the story there? Are they really these unexpected power users?
It's one of the most compelling findings, honestly. Parents are turning out to be among the most engaged AI users. They're turning to AI for help with, well, the complexities of family life.
Makes sense.
Look at the numbers. 79% of parents have used AI, compared to just 54% of non-parents.
Huge difference.
And daily use. Nearly twice as many parents, 29%, use AI every day, compared to 15% of non-parents. And what are they using it for? Really practical stuff. Managing childcare, researching topics, taking and organizing notes.
So it's driven by need, by complexity.
Exactly. It shows that consumer AI adoption, it follows life stage complexity, perhaps more than just age or income.
So it really boils down to that utilitarian consumer idea you mentioned. People adopt things that genuinely make their lives easier, especially when things get complicated.
Precisely. It perfectly validates what we're seeing. People are just flocking to tools that help them do what they already need to do, but better, faster, or cheaper. And that broad appeal makes AI one of the most, universally useful new technologies we've seen in years.
Okay, given that utility focus, what about the tools people are actually choosing? Are they digging into lots of niche apps or just sticking with the big familiar names?
Overwhelmingly, consumers stick with what's familiar, those general AI assistants. About 91% of AI users reach for their favorite general AI tool first for almost everything.
Why is that? Just convenience.
Convenience is definitely the main driver. Tools like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, they have that first mover advantage, that existing distribution. People already use them. Now, specialized tools do gain traction, but really only when they clearly outperform the default option for a specific, important need.
And switching is easy for users, right?
Practically zero cost to switch. So the bar is high for those specialized tools.
Okay, so we've established this incredible reach, this massive adoption. Now let's get to a bit more personal for our listeners. How is this tech actually simplifying our day-to-day lives? moving beyond the big numbers.
It really is everywhere, often in subtle ways you might not even notice at first. Think about general productivity. People are using AI multiple times a day just to identify things from photos.
Like what?
Like, what kind of flower is this from your hike? Or is this mushroom safe to eat? You can upload pictures of, say, a leaking toilet and ask for help fixing it. Or upload a device manual for instant troubleshooting.
Okay, that's super practical.
Yeah, and it's great for really specific searches too, like finding the best financial assets if you're, say, a Canadian living in Hong Kong earning US dollars. Very niche, but AI can handle it.
That's amazing.
Ah.
What about just daily life stuff, like around the house, tasks that can feel like a chore?
Well, AI is definitely moving into the kitchen in some fascinating ways. It's helping with meal planning apps like Samsung Food or Yumly can suggest recipes just from photos of the ingredients you have.
Oh, I've seen those. Or based on dietary needs.
Exactly. Or based on preferences. Smart fridges are starting to track inventory, create grocery lists automatically. Even in the actual cooking, some AI-enabled ovens can guide you with precision. And we're even seeing early robot chefs emerge.
Robot chefs. Okay.
But maybe even more impactful right now are the less flashy things. The subtle smart home tech that prevents problems.
Subtle smart home tech. What are we talking about there? What's happening behind the scenes?
Think about prevention, like smart water sensors. Moen's Flow is a good example. It attaches to your main water line, learns your normal water flow patterns, and if it detects something unusual, a leak, maybe pipes starting to freeze, it alerts you, or can even automatically shut off the water supply.
Wow, potentially saving you from disaster.
And saving billions in damage collectively. In fact, 60% of people using that system have found a leak they didn't know about. AI is also making laundry better. Machines like LG's use sensors to figure out the fabric type, the load size.
And optimize the wash cycle.
Right. Saves energy, makes your clothes last longer. Samsung fridges use AI cooling to keep food fresh longer. These aren't, flashy robots making dinner, but they prevent catastrophe and just quietly make things more efficient.
Yeah, it's like reducing friction and heading off problems before they start. That makes a lot of sense. How about personal finances? That's an area that stresses a lot of people out.
AI is really starting to transform personal finance,
Yeah.
making it more personalized, more automated. You can get help creating tailored financial plans, investment strategies, or even just track expenses by sending pictures of receipts through WhatsApp. An AI agent can categorize them, compile daily reports for you.
Just send a picture. That's easy.
Super easy.
Yeah.
And this actually highlights a really critical white space opportunity for AI.
White space, meaning untapped potential.
Exactly. Financial management. Think about it. 82% of people pay bills regularly, right? It's
Yeah.
a universal task. But only 16% are currently using AI to help with it.
16%. That's a huge gap between need and adoption.
Massive gap. Huge potential for innovation there.
Okay, and thinking about our listeners, many are always looking to learn, how's AI impacting learning and education?
Oh, it's an amazing tutor. On demand, 24/7. It can give you really clear explanations, answer pretty much any question, provide worked examples for complex stuff like, say, physics problems.
Like having a personal tutor always available.
Pretty much. It can create comprehensive study plans, come up with mnemonics to help you remember things, generate mock exams. And for language learning, it can generate voice content for immersion practice, create digital flashcards like Anki from your notes automatically.
That's incredibly useful.
Yeah, the whole market for learning and development is expanding, partly because AI makes it so much easier for people to pick up practical skills, even things like coding or basic app development. Now, let's shift gears a bit. Beyond our personal lives, how is AI really transforming the workplace and specific industries on a bigger scale?
Right, because the impact there feels potentially enormous. It seems like it's reshaping everything, from just daily tasks right up to entire business functions. For basic work productivity, AI helps organize your to-do list, right? Summarize long meetings or email chains.
Yeah, saves so much time.
And it helps write or edit almost anything, checking grammar, improving clarity, changing the tone. People are even using it for structured brainstorming sessions or practicing their voice for, say, a tricky negotiation.
Voice practice, that's interesting.
Yeah, and more complex uses too, like navigating confusing software. You can take a photo of a menu, and AI guides you. Or real-time screen sharing for step-by-step help in programs like Photoshop. Plus, it's great at analyzing huge PDF documents, creating those product requirement documents, PRDs, building presentations, even screening resumes.
So it's moving beyond just being an assistant, right? Towards
Yeah.
actual automation and these AI agents we hear about.
Exactly. You have people doing what's called vibe coding, basically, setting up small automations quickly, informally, without needing deep coding skills.
Like scraping YouTube comments you mentioned.
Yeah, or automating email responses. And then more advanced users are building full agent workflows for tasks like lead generation, customer service, querying databases.
So what does that really mean for the future of how we work, these agents?
Well, AI agents are transforming workplaces by becoming like digital coworkers. They expand what a team can do, often without necessarily replacing the human employees. PwC actually predicts AI will drive productivity gains of like 20 to 30% in many sectors by 2025.
20 to 30% is huge.
Yeah.
And we're seeing big impacts in specific sectors already, aren't we? Like education.
Definitely. You mentioned 43% of higher ed students using AI tools, and the teen usage for schoolwork doubled in just a year.
Yeah, 26% of teens use ChatGPT for schoolwork in 2024. That jump is incredible.
It really is. Okay, what about creative fields, design, art? Is AI taking over there, or is the human element still critical?
Well, AI is certainly becoming a standard part of the creative toolkit. Over half, 51%, use AI to help them write. 38% use it for building presentations, 34% for generating images.
So it lowers the barrier to entry, makes it easier for non-creatives to produce polished stuff.
Absolutely. It lowers that technical barrier significantly. But, and this is a big but, it raises an important question. While AI can create technically perfect images or write grammatically perfect text, it often struggles with authenticity, emotional resonance, that nuanced timing you need, professional photography or compelling writing.
The human touch.
Exactly, those uniquely human elements. So there's still a very clear need for human creativity and judgment.
That's a really key distinction. So it's a tool, not necessarily a replacement, especially for work that needs that deeper connection. What about more traditional industries? Finance, manufacturing?
Oh, the adoption there is widespread too. In finance, 85% of banks are using AI chatbots. 77% use AI for portfolio management. The projected savings for the industry are massive, potentially up to $1 trillion annually by 2030, mainly through automating processes and making better decisions.
$1 trillion.
Yeah. And in manufacturing, AI's achieved like a 90% accuracy rate in detecting defects on production lines, and 97% of manufacturing companies have integrated AI somewhere in their operations, leading to really substantial productivity gains. But what's fascinating, despite all these incredible applications, all these impressive numbers, a really significant chunk of people, 39% of Americans, remain unmoved by AI. They're just not using it.
39%, that's a lot.
It is, and their hesitation, it reveals some real challenges, but also opportunities.
So why are they holding out? Is it just, fear of the new, skepticism?
It seems more nuanced than just fear. A striking 80% say they simply prefer interacting with people over machines. And over half, 53%, say they need to feel accountable to another human being in interactions.
So a preference for human connection. What else?
Trust is a huge factor. 71% worry about data privacy and security. That's a big number. 58% don't trust the information AI provides. They worry about accuracy. And 40% believe AI tools are biased.
Privacy, trust, bias, those are major hurdles.
Absolutely. And then there's also a relevance gap for many. 63% just say they don't see a need for AI in their daily lives. It doesn't solve a problem they have.
Which brings up a related point.
Yeah.
Do people feel like they actually have any control over how AI is used in their lives, or is it something that just sort of happens to them?
That's a great question. And on balance, most people feel they don't have much control. 59% of the American public and even 46% of AI experts themselves feel they have little or no control.
Even the experts feel that way.
Yeah. And more than half of both groups, 55% public, 57% experts, say they want more control over how AI is used.
Yeah.
And interestingly, among those experts, women are more likely than men to want more control, and so are academics compared to people working in private companies.
So it really isn't just about the tech specs. It's deeply tied to human values, trust, agency, feeling, and control. That must have huge implications for organizations trying to adopt AI responsibly.
Oh, absolutely. Many banks, for instance, are really struggling to set up a risk environment that feels robust enough for wider AI deployment. They're worried about data governance, potential regulatory scrutiny, the quality of the data they're feeding the AI.
And the tech is changing so fast too, right? Does that make leaders hesitant?
It definitely does. That rapid pace leads to a sort of wait-and-see approach for many leaders. In fact, 71% believe it's actually better to wait for the AI landscape to stabilize a bit before making really significant investments.
That makes sense. It's a complex landscape to navigate. Are there any clear frameworks or blueprints emerging to help organizations figure this out?
Yes, definitely. KPMG, for example, has outlined a pretty useful blueprint for intelligent banking. But the principles really apply much more broadly. It involves three key phases for creating value.
Okay, three phases. Let's unpack those. What's phase one?
Phase one is enable. This is all about enabling your people and building the basic AI foundations. So defining a clear AI strategy, identifying those initial high-value use cases, usually focus on efficiency and cost reduction.
Like fraud detection, document processing.
Exactly. Fraud detection, document processing, loan underwriting, the logical starting points, and crucially, introducing ethical guardrails right from the beginning.
Okay, enable first. What's phase two?
Phase two is embed. This is where you integrate AI much more deeply into your end-to-end workflows, products, services. It starts transforming how work actually gets done. This involves breaking down organizational silos, redesigning processes around key value streams like the whole loan origination process or customer onboarding from start to finish. And it's about preparing for those more advanced AI agents to take on complex roles.
So moving from point solutions to integrated systems. And phase three?
Phase three is evolve. This is the most transformative stage. It's about actually changing business models, maybe even entire ecosystems. Here, AI starts integrating with other frontier technologies, quantum computing, blockchain, leading to things like truly AI-driven autonomous banking, AI-powered marketplaces, predictive finance. This phase is really focused on achieving market leadership, driving innovation, and importantly, uplifting human potential within the organization.
That's a really clear progression. Enable, embed, evolve. So for leaders listening trying to navigate this, what are the absolute key takeaways, the critical things to get right?
KPMG highlights four really critical considerations. One, design an AI strategy that aligns with your core strengths and actually unlocks real value. You need a clear vision tied to measurable business goals, not just AI for AI's sake.
Right, strategy first.
Two, build trust directly into your transformation roadmap. This means strong governance, embedding ethics and bias detection from the start, prioritizing privacy by design, investing seriously in security. Trust is foundational.
Non-negotiable. Okay, what else?
Three, create a sustainable tech and data infrastructure. High-quality, unified data is the absolute backbone. Garbage in, garbage out still applies, maybe even more so with AI.
Data quality is key. Got it.
And the fourth,
Fourth, and maybe the hardest, build a culture that uses AI to uplift human potential. This needs real transformational leadership. It means building an AI-literate workforce, actively addressing cultural resistance, and proactively thinking about redefining roles and career paths for your people.
culture eats strategy for breakfast, even with AI. Okay, so looking ahead now, what does this all mean for you listening? Where are things heading in the next, say, year or two?
Well, Menlo Ventures, they're a VC firm known for tracking consumer tech. They have 6 key predictions for consumer AI over the next 18 to 24 months that I think are really insightful.
Okay, let's hear them. Prediction one. One, specialized tools will go mainstream. This is that second wave we talked about, moving beyond the general assistance to tools that solve specific problems really well.
Makes sense. 2,
Two, AI will take over entire workflows. So moving beyond just helping with a single task to automating a whole complex process, like planning your entire vacation or navigating a healthcare issue from start to finish.
from task assistance to workflow automation. Okay. 3,
Three, AI will shift from single-player to multiplayer experiences. Expect more social features, network effects built into AI apps. Think collaborative AI.
interesting. 4,
Four, voice AI will finally take off. Accuracy is getting near perfect. Interfaces will feel more natural. Talking to AI will become much more seamless and common.
the Star Trek computer final.
Getting closer. Five, physical AI will enter the home. Think consumer robots doing actual physical tasks around the house, beyond just vacuuming.
Okay, Rosie the robot territory.
And number six, revenue models will diversify beyond just subscriptions. We'll see more advertising, transaction fees, marketplace models for AI services.
So lots of change coming quickly. For those innovators or entrepreneurs listening, where are those biggest untapped opportunities, those white space areas you mentioned?
The biggest opportunities lie in those high-frequency, high-friction, high-trust tasks where the general AI assistants just aren't cutting it right now. These are the areas where people will gladly pay for a specialized solution that really works and saves them significant time or hassle.
Can you give some examples?
Sure. Healthcare and wellness is a huge one. Only 14% of Americans use AI for health stuff now, even though everyone engages with health and wellness. Big gap. Financial management, as we discussed, only 16% use AI for paying bills. Massive potential. Connection. Only 14% use AI to stay in touch with friends. That suggests a wide open market for that multiplayer social
The
AI.
soy egg, right?
Personalized learning. Only 18% of active learners use AI for it. Huge potential for AI as a personal coach or tutor. And definitely home-related tasks and family logistics. These are super high-friction areas with low AI adoption currently. Lots of room for family-friendly AI solutions.
It really seems clear then. AI isn't just some passing trend. It's this accelerating force that's just going to keep evolving and, frankly, disrupting almost every part of our lives.
Yeah, the key takeaway, I think, from this whole deep dive is pretty clear. People embrace tools that solve real problems.
Yeah.
Better, faster, cheaper than the old ways. And even those small wins, those little conveniences delivered consistently by AI, they build up. They create compounding value for users over time.
So, if AI is helping us identify plants, fix our toilets, plan trips, manage money, learn languages, write reports, create art, run our homes more safely, it leads to a final thought for you to mull over. What parts of your life will AI not touch? And perhaps more importantly, what uniquely human skills, creativity, empathy, critical thinking, connection will become even more valuable as this technology advances? Definitely something to think about.